Temperance is the greatest good in a world that screams for more attention, more power, more pleasure, more success. The ancient Greeks whispered something else. Less is not weakness. Less is wisdom. Temperance, they said, is not the absence of desire. It is the mastery of it. Sophrosyne. The Greek word for temperance was more than just moderation. It was the very foundation of strength to the ancient mind. It meant balance. It meant restraint. It meant the ability to govern yourself, even when the world begged you to lose control. Look around. We live in a time of extremes, extreme opinions, extreme consumption, extreme ambition. But what happens when you live without limits? You burn out. You break. You become a slave to your cravings, your impulses, your fears. But the one who practices temperance is not weak. They are not boring. They are unshakable. They have mastered the art of enough, because enough is not mediocrity. Enough is clarity. Enough is peace. Enough is knowing when to push and when to pause, when to speak and when to listen, when to act and when to wait. Temperance is what allows you to grow without destroying yourself. It is the voice that says, you don't need to win every argument. You don't need to chase every opportunity. You don't need to impress everyone. True, greatness does not come from indulgence. It comes from discipline. The warrior who does not control his sword is a danger to himself and others, but the warrior who can control his hand and his heart is the one who becomes a legend. The artist who chases every trend loses their vision, but the one who tempers their craft with patience, with purpose, with principle, creates work that lasts. The leader who acts on impulse creates chaos, but the one who leads with temperance builds a legacy, because temperance is not limitation, it is liberation. It is the freedom from being ruled by your emotions, your appetites, your distractions. It is the strength to say no when the world tells you yes, and the wisdom to say yes when fear tells you no. You want peace. Master temperance. You want power. Master temperance. You want joy, purpose, resilience, clarity. Master temperance. When you are balanced, nothing can shake you. When you are centered, no storm can throw you off course. When you are in control of yourself, no one else can control you. So how do you live a life of temperance? Not by avoiding the fire, but by learning to walk through it without being consumed by it. Not by denying desire, but by understanding its place. Not by becoming dull, but by becoming deep. Slow down, breathe in, reflect, make space between stimulus and response. Learn the art of the pause, the power of restraint, the courage of self-command, because anyone can react, anyone can indulge, anyone can sprint and collapse, but the tempered, the steady, the wise, they are the ones who finish the race. Temperance is the greatest good because it gives birth to all other goods. Courage without temperance becomes recklessness. Ambition without temperance becomes destruction. Love without temperance becomes obsession. Power without temperance becomes tyranny. But with temperance, your courage becomes noble. Your ambition becomes sustainable. Your love becomes enduring. Your power becomes just. This is the ancient path, not the loudest, not the fastest, but the one that lasts, the one that leads to wisdom, strength, and true fulfillment. So the next time the world demands more from you, more speed, more noise, more chaos, choose temperance, choose depth over display, peace over pressure, clarity over confusion. Because in a world addicted to extremes, be the rare soul who is rooted, grounded, present in control. Be the person who does not need to dominate, to feel strong, who does not need to chase every high to feel alive. Be the one who understands that the greatest good is not found in having it all, but in needing less and becoming more temperance is not the path of limitation. It is the path to your highest self. Temperance is the greatest good